A staggering 300,000 tonnes of card and paper are generated by UK households every festive season. That's enough to wrap around Big Ben 260,000 times. Thankfully, a dedicated team working behind the scenes clear that rubbish to keep our cities clean.
But it's not just households that generate plenty of trash. Businesses and restaurants in our towns and cities also add to the waste. Rubbish collectors Stuart and Alex do their bit to make sure Manchester scrubs up well for the festive season.
Yeah, that's cool. Right.
It's the busiest time of the year. Restaurants especially, we do food and glass vehicles. The restaurants especially, they get really busy, and then obviously the amount that we collect pretty much doubles.
They've had a few early morning surprises in their time.
I've moved a bin and a homeless guy's jumped out of the bin and gone running off, and you're like, yeah, I'm glad you didn't go in.
They're out and about collecting waste from hotels and restaurants across the city, ready to be recycled.
We've actually got to do a site clearance at the Hilton. Well, they told you earlier, I think, didn't they?
Yeah.
Because it was flooded yesterday. The furthest one out that we've got to go to is Malmaison, so yeah.
Some customers over the Christmas period will phone up for extra bins knowing they're going to get a rush, but some people will just pile the bins high so the lids are up here, and then obviously we end up with a mess everywhere. When the bins are trying to be emptied, stuff falls out.
I'd say the most difficult thing for my job is getting into the tight alleyways, because when people are driving the cars, they don't realise how difficult it is to get a vehicle that size in a little alleyway. Come on, you can move a bit more over, please. You need somebody looking in the blind spots all the time, because I've been turning and there's somebody on the phone, or there's a bloke, I've not seen him for a bit, he'd walk around with a book in front of his face, like that, walking around, and it's just like, come on. Right. On an average day, I'll collect, say, 18 tonnes of waste. Unless you see how much waste that is, you don't actually realise how much there is lying around.
The idea was this.
I think if we didn't do our job, the city would come to a standstill.